Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year is not just 1 day, 2 days, or even 15 days, as you may have heard. Traditionally, people start preparing as early as 23 days before the New Year's Day, and the holiday spirit can go on for up to 30 days after the New Year's Day. It is the most important Chinese holiday after all. According to Chinese tradition, there are different customs people follow on specific days during this almost 2-month period. This is going to be a complete list of all the important Chinese traditions of the New Year, but oversimplified so it can fit into one video. There's no time to waste, let's get started. The Laba Festival kicks off the first day of the Chinese New Year celebration. It falls on the 8th day of the 12th month in the Chinese calendar. On this day, people eat mixed grain congee called Laba Zhou or Laba Congee as a way to celebrate the Enlightenment Day of Buddha Shakyamuni. After this day, people usually start cooking and preparing all the things that's needed for Chinese New Year. And for kids, the best time of the year has officially started. The 16th day of the 12th month is the day people pay respect to the earth god or 土地公. In the past, business owners would prepare meat for the ritual and afterwards share the meat with their workers. Today, companies host banquets to treat their employees to thank them for their hard work for the past year. The 23rd day of the 12th month is called the Little New Year, also known as the Festival of the Kitchen God. On this day, it is believed that the kitchen god, who observed the family for an entire year from their kitchen, would report the family's behavior to the Jade Emperor for him to judge. People serve sweets and candies to the kitchen god on this day, hoping that he will say only good things about the family, so that they can be rewarded for the good deeds they've done. The 21st day of the 12th month is Cleaning Day. This is the time to clean the house inside and out. This symbolizes getting rid of the old and welcoming the new. It's also taboo to clean the house on the first few days of the new year, so this is the chance to do a thorough cleaning, including dusting all vessels, changing out curtains and beddings, washing all clothes, and cleaning every corner of the house. On the 25th day of the 12th month, people eat bean curd or tofu. It is believed that the Jade Emperor himself will come to inspect the human realm on this day, so people make and eat tofu to show the Jade Emperor they have been living a modest and honest life. On the 26th day of the 12th month, people buy and cook meat, mainly pork. In the old days, meat was always more expensive and harder to come by, but people would save up and cook lots of meat dishes in preparation for the new year. On the 27th day of the 12th month, people buy and cook chicken. Similar to pork, chicken is also a must-have dish for a New Year's feast. It's also taboo to kill chickens on New Year's Day. I'll get to that later. On the 28th day of the 12th month, people usually take care of two things. First is making steamed buns. Chinese people eat a lot of sweet and savory buns. It takes time for the dough to rise, so people prepare them ahead of time. Second is decorating the house for the new year. People hang chunliar or spring couplets around the doors. They're composed of a pair of poetry lines expressing well wishes for the new year ahead. The character Fu, which means good fortune, is also a common decoration around the house, as well as pasting paper cuts on the windows. The 29th day of the 12th month is the day before the Chinese New Year's Eve. It's the day people offer sacrifices to their ancestors and visit their tombs. The 30th day of the 12th month is called 除夕 or Chinese New Year's Eve. All that preparation has finally come to an end. This is the day to enjoy. The whole family must get together to have a reunion feast called 团圆饭. Among all the dishes, there must be dumplings on the table, which symbolizes transition from the old year to a new year. 年糕 or rice cake, which symbolizes growth and advancement. Noodles for longevity and fish for wealth. After the feast, people don't go to sleep right away. They stay up until at least midnight, if not the morning, and it's called 守岁. Children will also be setting off firecrackers for fun, which was originally a tradition to chase away diseases and evil spirits. Moving on to the new year. On Chinese New Year's Day, everyone puts on a new, clean, festive outfit. Because traditionally on this day, everyone, including emperors, are supposed to worship heaven and earth and pay respect to the gods and deities, either at home or by visiting the temples, so they should look their best for the ceremonies. And then it's time to 拜年, or giving New Year's wishes. In the past, generations of family members will all live together, so the entire family will line up to greet the most senior members of the family and then greet each other from oldest to youngest. Young children will receive 红包 or red envelopes filled with New Year's money for good luck. It is, however, forbidden to clean or sweep from this day on to prevent any newly arrived good luck from being swept away. On the second day of the new year, married couples, especially newlyweds, go back together to visit the wife's family. In the past, married women didn't have many chances to go back home, so this was their chance to greet their own parents. The third day of the new year is considered an unlucky day to do anything, including visiting guests. So it's a day to stay home and get some rest. On the fourth day of the new year, it's time to welcome back the kitchen god. People replace the kitchen god poster with statue with a new one to symbolize the return of the kitchen god from heaven. People will regulate their own behaviors because they know everything they do is now being watched by the kitchen god again. The fifth day of the new year is also known as 破五, which means break 5. All taboos for the new year are lifted on this day, such as no cleaning and no throwing out trash. On this day, people in the north will clean out some garbage and call it sending away the ghosts of poverty. People from the south will worship the god of wealth for a prosperous new year. The seventh day of the new year is known as 人日, or Humans' Creation Day. In Chinese mythology, Nuwa was the goddess who created all living beings. She created the animals on different days. The first day was chickens, the second day was dogs, the third day was pigs, the fourth day was sheep, the fifth day was cows, the sixth day was horses, and on the seventh day, she created human beings. So traditionally, people wouldn't kill these animals on the day they were created. That's why there's no killing chickens on New Year's Day. And to celebrate the creation of humans, people will wear human-shaped ornaments and eat a soup made of 7 types of vegetables. The 8th day of the new year is known as Grains Day because grains were created on this day. It is also Stars Day. People will worship the stars and observe the celestial bodies to predict the future. The 9th day of the new year is the Jade Emperor's birthday. People host grand worshipping ceremonies and rituals to honor the Jade Emperor, also known as the Heavenly Grandfather and God of all heavens, according to Taoist theology. The 15th day of the new year is the famous 元宵节, or the Lantern Festival. People originally lit lanterns as a way to show respect to a Taoist god and later Buddha Shakyamuni's teachings. Nowadays, people hold lanterns while admiring beautiful lantern displays and guess lantern riddles. It's common for people, especially ladies, to walk through bridges in groups. It's believed to help prevent diseases. Eating sweet glutinous rice balls is also a must on this day. It's called 元宵 in northern China and 汤圆 in southern China. The lantern displays will usually last a few days past the 15th. For some, the end of the Lantern Festival marks the completion of the Chinese New Year celebration. However, there's a popular saying, Chinese New Year is not over until the first lunar month is over. So in some regions, the holiday spirit will go on until the end of the month. The 20th day of the new year is known as Mending the Sky Day. In Chinese mythology, Nuwa not only created living beings, but also mended the sky when it cracked open. It's believed that Nuwa patched up the sky on this day, so people make Chinese pancakes and put them on top of the roof to honor her act. The 25th day of the new year is known as Filling the Barn Day. People will have big meals on this day and try to fill their grain storage as much as possible for an abundant harvest in the new year. The 30th and last day of the new year is called 晦日, New Moon Day. In ancient times, this used to be a big holiday, and people used to send away the ghosts of poverty on this day until the custom eventually migrated to the 5th day after the Qing dynasty. And after this day, the Chinese New Year celebration is truly over for everyone. Of course, these Chinese New Year traditions are not absolute. Some minor customs have evolved from region to region and changed throughout different dynasties. But it might be a shock if I tell you the Chinese New Year was banned and almost eliminated in China by the Chinese Communist Party. Check out my other video to find out why it happened and how it changed the way modern Chinese people celebrate the New Year. I also have videos explaining the history and origin of the Laba Festival and the Lantern Festival in detail. I'll link them in the description below. So, how do you celebrate the Chinese New Year? Share with us in the comments. I hope you all have a healthy and wonderful New Year to come. Happy Year of the Dragon, 龙年大吉. I'll see you next time.